All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutations to the whole four elect pushing this gospel amongst the four winds with truth and sincerity. To you I say shalom. All right, it's your brother Parathon. Just going to go into what it means to be a steward. Going to go into the word, the blue letter, and touch on what it comes with, Let's hit this definition real quick before we jump into it. It's 1 Corinthians 4:1. Let's read it first. It says, "Let a man so account of us as of the ministers of a Mashiach and stewards of the mysteries of the Most High, Yahweh." It says, "Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful." All right, so that's the point. Let's go into what the word steward means. According to the blue letter, right, the Greek word there is oikonomos, I believe, the manager of household or of household affairs. So the manager of a household, an overseer of the household, of the affairs of the servants, right, and everything that comes with that. So in this case, those who were called the prophets, the teachers, would be the stewards, right? Given dominion from our master, the Most High, Yahweh, right? While Yahweh Shai, to oversee the flock or the body, right? The elect. Lord willing, we are chosen, that have been called, right? Our job is to feed the flock, wake up the sheep, bid them into the marriage, right? To wake up the elect, because only the elect is gonna resonate with this vibration. All right, only the elect is gonna take heed to the good news, that good report. All right. So a steward is an overseer, man. Right? But first, is there's we have to apply wisdom with that, right? Because we have to be a good stewards over ourselves first before we can, we have to be able to be temperate in all things. That's why I'm going to jump to 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, and go into that word temperate. Because as a steward, you have to have a balance, man. Right? You have to make sure that you're working out, first and foremost, you're working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You're making your calling and election sure. You're rehearsing righteousness, right? You're being diligent. You're being brotherly. You're offending less. All these things, right, are things that we have control over. Things that these are fundamental. We can just say that, for lack of better words. So these things are necessary. So let's go to skip over a few chapters. Let's jump to chapter 9, verse 25. 1 Corinthians 9:25, it says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." Right? So striving for the masteries. Let's go into mastery first, and then we'll hit temperate. Right? And Shalaki, I clicked on the wrong. Striving for the mastery. Let's see how accurate this is. To strive for the mastery, according to the Strongs, fight, labor fervently, right? Outline biblical uses to enter a contest, contend in the gymnastic games, to contend with adversaries, to fight, to contend, struggle with difficulties, dangers, to endeavor with strenuous zeal, strive to obtain something. So we right? It's comparing what, because this is a beautiful chapter, and that's another lesson, but it's comparing what we're striving for opposed to what the world is striving for, right? Spiritual always is going to overpower the physical, the carnal, right? So in being a steward, we have to be temperate in all things. That's important, to be temperate when you're striving to striving to be the best Israelite man that you can be first and foremost, but also with being, finding out what your best fit for the body, your purpose, what you're good at, and magnifying that as the parable of the talents goes into, whatever the Lord endows in us and blesses us with, whatever gifts, we supposed to turn that into something. You supposed to flip that, right? So definition for temperate, to be self-controlled, continent, to exhibit self-government conduct oneself temperately, right? In a figure drawn from athletes who, in preparing themselves for the games, abstained from unwholesome food, wine, and sexual indulgence, right? Strong's, to exercise self-restraint. So it's telling you this. This is going back to balance. For one, to be able to be in your best possible form in this flesh, you have to keep up a healthy diet and have to take care of your body. Speaking first and foremost for myself, but in doing so, you think healthy. All right, you're more spiritual. All right, your body's at your mind and body are at ease and have the proper nutrients and things of that sort, circulating and have you functioning at your best capacity in Babylon. So with that, you can be the best teacher that the Lord created you to be. You can, you can max out and if the Lord is dealing with you, man, he's going to increase you. Right? So a steward must have balance within himself. Right? A man, he who had no rule over his own spirit is like a city with broken down walls. Right? So you have to have your shit together internally before you can even, be beneficial, before we can even be beneficial to the Heavenly Father. Right? So let me jump to I'm gonna hit 1 Peter. It's 1 Peter 4:1. It says, "For as much then as Hamashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin." Right? It says that he no longer, Salakia, that he no longer shall live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High Yahweh. Right? I want to go into that word seized. The point in this chapter is in verse 13. But I came across this. He that has suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin, right? So it's clear. We know it is to restrain a person from something, to leave off, to have got release from sin, to no longer stirred by its incitements and seductions. Right? What does 1 Corinthians 15 tell us? "O death, where is thy sting? Grave, where is thy sin?" It's telling us that. And this is just a small point. It's coming with balance, man. Right? When we're properly balanced, we're more susceptible. When we got the right food in our bodies, we have, we putting up our daily sacrifices. We're doing the work. We're balancing our earthly duties and the Lord's work, which comes first. All right, it's at a balance to where, we're doing the best we can in our capacity. But in doing so with that, we are less susceptible to as it said in this, what did it say? It was beautiful how they put that, man. You just come across all types of gems. Salakia. Right? It says, no longer stirred by its incitements and seductions. No longer. Right? And so, keep knowing knowing in the back of your mind that We already won, bro. And that we're going to conquer sin, which seems so fucking difficult at times when you going through shit. Just knowing that we're going to win at the end, and that it only gets as bad as it's going to get, you know, you just got to believe that the Lord is the Lord, that he is, man. It's simple. Let's jump down to the point. It's 1 Corinthians 4:13. I'm going to hit 12. It says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, that ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Right? With exceeding joy, man. So basically, if you're not in this, you know, 2/3 of our people are suffering just to suffer, bro. Born, live, suffer, die just to be born back in it. But Lord willing, we are kind of that number. We're going through a process of purification, right? Engineered for the elect. Lord willing, we are those men. That furnace of adversity, right? Let me hit real quick. Let me hit second Esdras. Second Esdras 7 and 18. It says, Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. And he said unto me, There is no judge above Yahweh, and none that have understanding above the highest. It says, verse 20, For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High Yahweh that is set before them. I got to read 18 again. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Second Esdras 7 and 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide, for they have done wickedly. So the righteous are going to suffer the straight things. We're going to go through the difficulties. We're going to go through these trials, which are a makeup of our story, our testimony. We should be proud to be going through these things, man, because we are going to win. We won already, man. We already have the victory. The crown is set before us, man. We already had the crown, right? That's why he said hold fast. Lord willing, we be accounted of that number, man. Make sure they don't take that crown from you. Right? Again, it says, verse 18, Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for the wide. And they're going to get the wide being the kingdom. Right? Eternal rest, liberation, just peace, man. Right? Continue, and it says, For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. So we're suffering for a reason, man. We're suffering for the kingdom. They're suffering just to die. If you're going to suffer for something, it got to be where a man that falleth, that doesn't stand for something false for anything. That's Jake. It's 2/3 of our people not standing for the Lord. So they falling for everything else. It's falling for these snares and the stumbling blocks that was set before them. Right? So I close on that, man. Lord willing, this letter was edifying. Hey, here's Luke 16, Luke 12. You know what? I do another lesson, man. All right. With that, don't give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rachaha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I keep enduring Akim Kwam Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom.